Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing a review of the JJRC H21, as you can see here. And now this is a pretty cool looking hexacopter in my opinion. As you can see, it's all white body with a blue headlight up here and then blue props. Not different colored props, so I think it'd be beneficial if it had different colors. And now it also comes in a black version, as you can see here on the box, and that shows it coming with blue props in the front. So that one might be a bit better. I got this one as if it had good LEDs, so they'd be better, but the only LEDs in this are up front, so they're pretty much, it doesn't matter at all. So I'd probably get the black version if you did get it. It comes with a USB charging cable ending in the pretty standard micro LOSI connector. As you can see there, pretty standard. Comes with a bag of spare props, however it only comes with 4, so that's kind of disappointing that it's not a full set. And then it comes with the instruction manual in Chinese and English. It's all mixed together. Pretty bad instruction manual that I leafed through it and it wasn't really helpful at all. The battery that it comes with is a 400 milliamp hour 3.7 volt LiPo. So, you know, kind of a small battery, and one thing that's interesting about it is you might notice how thin it is. This thing, let me get it to focus up close here. This thing is super thin and it's really long, so that's kind of, I don't really like that, because especially when it comes out after you've flown it, because this must be a low C battery because it gets really hot in there from the 6 motors drawing on it, and it's actually kind of squishy, and it's since it's so thin, it's actually really not too durable at all, so I don't really like that battery, not even just for the form factor. It just doesn't, I don't know, I just don't like it. Here's the transmitter it comes with. Pretty standard JJRC transmitter, same one, same protocol as the JJRC JJ1000 or 1000A. Pretty simple. The sticks are actually really nice. That's one thing I like about this transmitter. The sticks are nice. You have your 4 digital trims there, on-off switch, and you have an LCD that displays your mode and stuff. And now on your shoulder buttons you have flips, so you click that and it'll do an automatic front flip. That's all the flip you can do with that button. But if you press and hold it, it will turn off the LEDs. However, it does not turn off the LEDs on the Hex. It doesn't work on this, but if you bind it to the JJ1000 and hold it, it'll turn the LEDs off on there. So you just can't turn them off on this model. And then over here you have your speed switch. You click that and then you go through your different rates. You can hear it beeping. You have low, medium, and high, so 3 different rates there. And now down here there's a picture and video button, but those are actually don't do anything. There's no camera, plug, or model available. And on the manual it actually says the bottom one's headless mode and the top ones are turned to home. But I press them and they don't do that. I mean, they beep, but they don't do anything, so, you know. But overall, not too bad of a transmitter. I've had decent range, not really any problems. I just haven't really pushed it too far. And it takes 4 AA's in the back there. Let's see, this 400 milliamp hour battery takes about an hour and 5 minutes to charge off the USB charging cable. So it's not even a very big battery, and it takes a really long time to charge. So I really don't like that. The USB charging cable must be underpowered. And the flight times with the guards on, as you can see here, are about 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And flight times with them off are about 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So not very long of flight times either, because it's just kind of bulky. And it is a very robust Hex, I think. It's got a good beefy design to it. And it does have foam on each of the motor mounts, so you should get a decent landing. And the prop guards, actually, they're pretty useless. I've broken a bunch of them just from one crash, because when it gets falling, they're super thin and brittle, and they just break off. Let's see how many other ones I broke. Let's see. I broke this one here too. I think I broke 3 of them. And now for the battery bay, it's just this little panel that slides back here, and it just reveals for the battery here, and let's plug it in, and you just slide it in, stuff the cables in there. It's not, there's a decent amount of room though. So let's bind it up so I can show you the lights. And now these are the only lights that come on it. They're not showing up too well on camera because the lights are super bright, but there's only 2 headlights there, so really definitely not a night flyer. So that's pretty disappointing that they kind of failed on the LEDs. Let's see. It has the 3 rates. It has a super slow yaw rate. Like the yaw is just really slow. Even on high rates, it's still too slow. But another thing that makes it even worse is on high rates it has auto flips, which means when you give full stick input on high rates, it'll flip in that direction. So you can't even fly in high rates, which is really bad. And then medium rates, pitch and yaw, are pretty low. So it's just, the yaw is awful. You can only fly it outdoors really because it takes like a minute to do a whole turn. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I haven't been able to find any recalibration processes on it. I've looked in the manual. There's nothing mentioned about it, but I haven't been having any problems with that at all. So, you know, not really too bad there. Let's see. It was about, I bought mine from GearBest, and I think I bought it for about $20 or $30. I think it might have been 30. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I have been able to figure out kind of how to get past the auto flips in high rates. If you put it in high rates there, and then you give input and it'll do a flip in that direction. But then if you hold your input and you never go all the way back to center, so if you keep flying around and you just hold it and you never go back to center there, you can get the faster yaw that it has, which is a decent yaw then, and you get the really nice pitch it has, and it has a decent amount of power sensitive hex, so it can get going really fast, and I show that in my outdoor flight, but you can't do that indoors, and it's just really stupid why you have to do that anyways, especially even more stupid since there's already a flip button. Why would they give that auto flips when they could have just gave that the regular flips where you choose your direction, and then high rates, no auto flips, which would have made it a much better hexacopter. But because of those flaws that they've had, and that could have easily been changed in programming, but they didn't do it. I'm not going to really recommend this one too much. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. So let's do an indoor flight, and then it's really hard to do indoors because the yaw is just crazy slow. But then I'll take it outside and show you what it's like. So let's go check it out. Okay, here we are for the indoor flight of the JJRC H21. As you can see, the white hexacopter here, and I have all the prop guards on. However, like I said in my review, they're pretty much worthless. As you can see here, I have broken a few of them. They're just so fragile, and they're too close. They're just not really good prop guards, so I don't really recommend using them at all. And flight time's already short enough without them. And I have it bound up to the stock controller here. So let's just start off in low rates. And just bring it up, and now try and trim it. So trim is, there's pretty close to a hands-off hover. Right there, hands-off hovers. So it's still going. So very stable because it's a hexacopter. And now here is full yaw in low rates. So that is full yaw. I'm still yawing. And one full turn completed. Still giving full yaw. It's full yaw. So, you know, low rate yaw is absolutely unusable, even outdoors. Now here is low rate pitch. The pitch isn't so bad. It's kind of a low swooping pitch, but the yaw is just awful. Now here is medium rate yaw. Now this is the rate you pretty much have to use because high rate has auto flips. So you can see there, still really slow, so I hate that. And here is medium rate pitch, so pretty good on the pitch, but yaw is again terrible. And then here is high rates yaw. So even then, that should be low rates yaw, like honestly. So that's high rates yaw. However, you can't give pitch in high rates really because it'll just do a flip in that direction. So that's really stupid, and especially because they have a flip key already. The right shoulder button is dedicated to click it and it'll do an automatic forward flip. So that's really stupid. So let's do the flips here. You just click it and then it'll give a bunch of throttle and then do an automatic forward flip and throttle after. It's kind of hard to do them because you have to be kind of at a medium altitude because you don't want to hit the ceiling. There we go. So I'm going to try and fly in mid-rates here, but that's full yaw. It's so awful you can't use it. It's even bad outdoors, but at least outdoors you can just make super wide turns if you have a large space, but definitely not an indoor flyer. However, this can be paired with other transmitters that bind to the JJ1000 protocol, or the JJ1000A. I'm not sure if it's V2X2 or not, but those other transmitters give it, you can have a button for flips and give it better pitch and much faster yaw. So that's good. However, I don't see why it can't come stock like that. But really, there's not anything to show indoors. The prop guards are pretty much worthless. I mean, they're actually doing a little bit, oh, and then it got suctioned to the wall, but they're doing a little bit there, but really not worth much, and they take, the flight time's already short enough without them. Let's just get a close up here. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. Let's get over under it. And then you can see those are the only two LEDs it has, the two eyes up front, but pretty cool looking. So I think that was good enough for an indoor flight, because really everything just shows outdoors. Okay, there we go. That was my indoor flight of the JJRC H21, which is a hexacopter. So now let's take it outside and I'll show you what it can do. Let's go check it out. Okay, here we are for the outdoor flight of the JJRC H21 hexacopter. As you can see here, I have the prop guards removed, so it's in its lightest form. However, it's still pretty heavy. I'm going to have it bound to the stock controller, so I'm going to get the stock bad rates. Okay, good pitch, but pretty bad yaw. Oops, I accidentally just took the battery door off, so let's start with the hand launch. Okay, and it's actually, there we go, it recovered from that. So let's hover it up close here, before the sun goes down. You see, it's not too loud, it's not too bad when it's hovering. And I'm just rotating around so you can see the two eyes there, the LEDs it has. So, as you can see, not too bad. Looks pretty cool to me. I like the way it looks. Let's get under it. You can see. Pretty cool. Hex. So here is low rates yaw, and that is full yaw. I'm giving full stick right there. So it just made a full turnaround. So I'm still giving full low rates yaw. So that's just a slap in the face. That's ridiculous. And then here is medium rates yaw. You can see it's a little bit faster, but still really bad. Yaw rate on this thing is absolutely awful. And then here is high rates yaw, which is okay, I guess. It's not that bad, but the thing about that is when you give full stick input, it'll do a flip in that direction, so you can't fly in high rates. And now if you do hold the stick in, so if you hold pitch in, as you can see I did there, and you don't bring it back to half, don't let the stick go, it will indeed let you fly without flipping, but you have to hold your pitch in, you can't let it go. However, it has enough power to keep going with that. You can let it off a little bit, but just not all the way to the middle. So that's kind of a trick you can do to unlock the full pitch and yaw of this thing, which then it's actually quite a good flyer. Let's bring it in for a high rates funnel here. And now remember, it's auto flips and high rates, but you have to hold your pitch in once you do your first flip, and it'll stay and won't flip again until you let go. So the funnels, even high rates, aren't very good. Now here's low rates pitch, so you can see very, very slow pitch, mid rates, and then high rates once you get your first flip done. Whoop, well, I guess I forgot, you can't change, oh, it shut off on me, you can't change your pitch direction or else it won't. Let's see, get the battery plugged back in here. Shut off. It's really, really cold out, so that's probably why. Okay, so let's go again here. Let's do some flips, just pressing the buttons, and you just press the top right button. Ooh, it does an automatic front flip, and it locks you out for a little bit, so that's pretty disappointing. And the flips aren't really too great, but let's put it back in high rates. And actually, if you're holding pitch from mid rates, I just found that out. If you're holding your pitch from mid rates, you can go into high rates without doing your flip, so that's another way to do it, to unlock and get it into high rates without flipping. But you have to keep in mind, you have to hold your pitch. So as you can see, as I'm flying here, I'm just holding the pitch all the way forward, You can let off a little if you need to gain some throttle, but you know, not. Let's see. Let's just get it up close again. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the white body and blue props. I wish there was maybe black in the back or in the front, different color maybe, but you know, it looks pretty cool, and orientation's not too hard. And that's a hands-off hover, as you can see there. Wind's blowing a little bit, but it is pretty stable due to it that it's a hex. I'm in mid rates here, and it's actually pitching quite far. I don't know why it's pitching so much in mid rates, but it's actually not too loud. Let's do some full speed passes here. Just get it in full throttle right there. Whoa, so almost hit the ground. So as you can see, if only this thing had a higher yaw rate, this thing would be pretty awesome, but the slow yaw just really kills it for me and probably anyone else who's gonna buy it. Whoop. It did went to high rates, and even though I was already holding full pitch, and it still did the flip. So I guess you just have to be aware of that, and that's pretty much the biggest and only negative about this. I mean, it's pretty heavy, so you don't get very long flight times, only like 5 minutes in its lightest form, so not very long. But overall, it's not too bad, but the slow yaw rate just really kills it for me, and there are definitely better options, I think, in the hexacopter range. It's just too heavy and too slow. Pitch is nice, but yaw is just really bad, so I don't really recommend it too much. So there we go. That was my review of the JJRC H21. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.